Before you start your presentation, I'd like to ask you several questions about your life. Is it okay?
Sure.
Okay. Please introduce yourself briefly about your past and present and your future.
Future?
Yes, of course. Because you're talking about the future.
My name is Kanami Yamada. I lived in America for 10 years. I go to ICU high school now, and I don't know about my future. The end.
That's it? Okay. You said you spent 10 years in the United States. What's the biggest difference between American life and Japanese life?
First, there, my parents usually take me everywhere, so there weren't really any freedom. Like in Japan, you can go anywhere, and it doesn't your parents doesn't matter, and you can do whatever you want. But in America, you have to think about your parents' schedules because they have to take you everywhere, and it depends on them whether if I can go play with my friends or not.
Oh, really?
And also, the most surprising thing was that girls and boys weren't like that. They weren't really friends.
In which country? In Japan?
Japan.
In Japan, really?
Yeah, they were I don't know, maybe because it's my school, but my middle school, it was only girls group and boys group. But in America, girls and boys were in the same group, and they usually hugged and stuff. But in Japan, they said that that's really inappropriate.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right, that's quite interesting. Well, thank you very much for giving us a very, very good examples of importance of having the first-hand knowledge about the world. Okay, thank you very much. So, please talk about the important requisites of being a good global citizen. Okay.
Many people can be a good global citizen in many different ways because it depends on that person how they take the word global mean. And there might be people who disagree with me, but in my opinion, there are three basic requisites for a good global citizen. The first requisite is, of course, communication skills. To be international, you need to be able to speak a foreign language. Though mostly it is English, it can also be Chinese, Korean, British, Spanish, and etc. Being able to speak in a foreign language will help you communicate with foreign people. Though that is not all, you also need to be able to. You also need communication skills, which is looking at their eyes, or not fiddling with your fingers, or I don't know, paying attention and things like that. All these things are important techniques to communicate with others, and it doesn't have to be foreigners, so it's basic communication skills. And probably, since it's like basic skills, I think it's like the most important. Not just foreign language, but communication skills are more important than, yeah. Secondly, you need the variety of experiences to be international. Seeing the world with your own eyes will also change your perspective towards things in the world. By actually living in a different country, you can learn many things. The World Service Authority, which is like the government, it's like a government that talks about the world. I don't know. It was like a website, and it also says that a global person makes this world a better place to live in harmoniously by studying and respecting the viewpoints of fellow citizens from anywhere in the world. And all the experiences you have will definitely be useful later on as a global person. And respecting and things like that, like respecting and actually thinking about the viewpoints of others is really important. And for me, I learned those things during the experiences in my life in America. And the last basic prerequisite is knowledge and flexibility. You need some kind of knowledge to be international and the flexibility to correspond. When you're communicating with your foreigner, your brain needs to be flexible enough to keep up with them. Having no knowledge about other countries means you're not interested in the world, which basically means that you're shutting down towards the world. And this is not global, in my opinion. However, just having the knowledge won't help you at all. You have to have the flexibility to actually be able to use that knowledge, because even though you have the knowledge, you have to use it, or else it's just a waste. The World Service Authority again also says that a world citizen is a human being who accepts the dynamic facts that the planetary human community is interdependent and whole, that humankind is essentially one. To accept, you need the knowledge and the flexibility to keep up with them. I see a global citizen as someone who has the communication skills to communicate with foreigners, the experience that will help you understand them, and also the knowledge and flexibility to correspond and accept the world. Thank you.
わお。ネイティブみたいに喋れるね。